Hi world, it's Casey again. So today is day 4 of the video challenge, day 4 of 30. And today we are talking about our best friends. So my best friend when I was growing up, the first one I really remember, her name was Dee Dee. Well, her name was Deanna, but I called her Dee Dee. And she was my very first friend that I made when we moved here to Texas back in '79. So her story, this is the way she tells it. I don't really remember, so I'm just going to go with what she says. Um, she says the first words I ever said to her were, "What are you looking at?" Which could have been true because I moved from the Philadelphia area and had a huge chip on my shoulder. So anyway, that's what she says the first words I ever spoke to her because, I showed up in my third grade class and everybody was staring at me. So anyway, after that rough introduction, Dee Dee, being the sweet person that she is, probably let that roll right off of her shoulder and still wanted to be friends. And it just so happened that she and I lived right next door to each other. Um, we just moved into the house and we weren't sure who we lived next to. But when we were walking home, uh, she would turn here and I'm like, oh my gosh, I live that way too. I live that way too. And the whole way home. And then she's like, well, my house is right there. And I'm like, my house is right there. So that was really cool. And for the next few years, we were best friends. And she had a little sister, and my two sisters, I have one older, one younger. We did all kinds of stuff together. We we would like put on plays and charge our parents to come see them, like a nickel or whatever. Um, when we she and I would walk home. Well, we'd go to school early so that we could help the teachers pass out papers and stuff. We loved school. And then on the way home, we would we had to walk over this creek, and we would go and collect little BBs that people would use for shooting snakes in the water because there are water moccasins around where we lived. Why was I ever okay with that? Gross. But yeah, people would shoot at water moccasins in the creek, and there'd sometimes be like BBs on the other side of the creek, going across the bridge, and the special ones were the copper ones. If we'd ever found a copper one, that was supposed to be good luck. Let's see, what else did we do? I wrote down some things. Um, oh yeah, I remember one time we found a lost dog. It was a German Shepherd, and we got called the people on the tag or whatever, and they came and got the dog. They were so thankful. So I think they may have given us some money or something. I don't really remember, but somehow they rewarded us. And Dee Dee and I were so happy about that. We're like, we should have a business. So we were the dogs. I don't remember the name of the company, but we were like into rescuing animals. And one time we found a dead squirrel, run over squirrel, in the on the way home from school, something like that. So we knew we weren't supposed to touch it, so we did not touch it. But we got a long stick between us, and we lifted it up by the teeth and like carried it all the way home. We lived like a mile and a half from school, so it wasn't the whole walk from school, but it was probably a good half a mile, at least a quarter mile, with this dead squirrel dangling on a stick between the two of us. And when we got home, her sister and then my sisters and I went and put on our best Sunday gear because we were going to have a funeral, and we had a thicket between us. There was like a whole bunch of trees, little saplings that grew between our houses. So we, dug up a little grave and we read some verses out of the Bible and buried them. So anyway, we had a really fun friendship in childhood. So fast forward, we're still friends to this day. You would be surprised because she is so straight-laced. She is such a good person. She's patient. She is Christian and means it. I mean, she does the Lord's work. She is such a good person, and I'm not. Not exactly a Hell's Angel, but I am definitely not as straight-laced as she is. She's such a good person, and we're not as close as we used to be, but I know I can call on her to help, and she has been there for me so many times, and she's the only person on this earth that can cut through my bullshit like that. Clean and quick, you don't even know that you're cut, and she can give it to me straight when I need it, and sometimes I do. So yeah, that's my story about my best friend Dee Dee. She's an amazing person. I'm honored to be her friend. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.